Hey everyone, welcome back to my Web University free educational videos. As you noticed earlier, I told you about VirtualBox installation and also the Linux Ubuntu installation. We were almost done to the end of installation when I just end the video because I didn't want it to make the video too long. This was the original video that I already recorded on Linux
Hey
on
everyone.
Windows. So I'm going to just show you the last part. This is where we were left off, and then I just ended the video. I'm going to continue the second part of it by going to this other one now. So let me just close this one back again, and I will post both of them as part one and part two. This would be the part two. So the part two, once the installation is completed, you log in on the virtual machine that got created with the user account that you just initiated earlier. And then this part, I'm going to say connect to online account. I'm going to skip it at this time. I don't need it. And then enable Ubuntu Pro. Whether you want to enable or not, that's up to you. But you can just skip for now. That's fine. Help improve Ubuntu, yes, definitely we want to improve because Canonical, the company that wrote Ubuntu, is very helpful. It is doing Linux for humanities, and that's what I really like about Ubuntu. So I'm going to just say yes, go ahead, send the system to Canonical. And then location of service, I'm going to just also leave that one on so they know where I'm coming from. And these are the software that you can do. For example, Visual Studio Code, you could do Spotify, you could do Zoom client, you can install Slack, and then Charm Community. All of these ones, I will just come up later on and then install them if I need to. Some of them are already coming by default, like Firefox, and then Thunderbird, and then File Manager, and then Rhythm Box, and so on. The application Ubuntu software, this one you can run it from the command line or apt install from this, and then you can also click on this. It will show you all the software that are available. And then if you need the help, obviously click on the question mark, and then you can get online help here. Additional software needed to be installed, click on this one, and then just do the update there as well. And this is basically running the catalog to find out what you have already, and then what is missing, it will just do the latest update. That's what software update does. Software update, ready to install. And then some of the packages that are needed to be updated, you can just let that do it. So like right here it says update, and then at Firefox, all the versions that are there is Snapd, and then Core and all GNOME version. So I'm going to just say update all, and then I provide my password here. Additional software, if you have to just do a different version of Python, or maybe GCC or GNU C collection compiler, all of those ones, we can do that one for different session because it will be too much for one session. And this one, it says update all, and right now it is in progress, so I'm going to minimize this one. And then right here, you can right click here, you can actually open a terminal here. By opening a terminal, you could just even just full size this terminal to just have the entire screen bigger. But you can also, let's say, what else we need to do here? So you can have tabs for a terminal. The size that it is there currently, it is good. I could also resize it from here. So if I want to just make it much larger here, I could do. And then here, say host name, since I said my web view, and then that's what it was. If I say domain name, that's what there's no domain name at this time. So if I just say cat etc os-release, this is going to show me that I have Linux Ubuntu 22.04 long-term support, and the code name is Jammy Jellyfish. And then you can see it long-term support, meaning that for another 5 years till 2027, this will be all supported under Ubuntu. And this is the website that you can see that the support is also for the help.ubuntu.org. And then the list of packages that if I do apt a list, it shows all the packages that are there. Notice how fast it runs, how fast and efficient. The reason is because I gave it about 16 gig, you can see. 16 gig of memory, and then the processors are 4 of them, and the system is very stable, like running very efficient. So if I run uptime here, you can see the load average is really low, 0.58. You can also get that from here, the load average and everything on the CPU being so idle. You can get that information and all the processes that are running. I'll show you other videos that are, I'm gonna do that one, or maybe I already did in the past. So some of those videos, please watch it. Here, if I go cat proc mem info and do a 5 more, you can see I have 16 gig here. And then the amount of the free it is 11 gig. So the system is very efficient in that sense. If I say cat and instead of mem info, I go CPU info. CPU info is going to give me there are 4 CPUs altogether. The CPUs, core CPUs 4. And then the processor speed is 3.4 gigahertz and is T11 generation of Intel Core i7 processor. So that's why it is very fast. I really like it. I'm impressed with the system. So here, the entire system, remember we allocated about 100 gigs. So if I say df-h and the human readable, then you can see the root partition is about 98 gig, and then about 81 gig is free. That's the root partition is everything. So inside the root partition, we have the user partition, and var, df-h var. So var is part of the root partition also. And then you can see that user is all the binaries are under user bin and user S bin and other places, OPT and user local. Then I'll show you Linux more on other commands here. So at this time, we know that our system runs very fast and everything is done. And then if I want to install some packages, I could say apt list, for example, snapd. If it is already there, apt list snap. And this is going to show that the snap is there. You can also do a snap list itself. Since the snap is installed, Firefox was already there. You know that the snap is there. Snap list of Firefox. You do which Firefox. You can see the version of Firefox. So if I want to start Firefox, I could click on the top here on the Firefox, or just type in user bin snap bin Firefox, or just simply type Firefox, and it will just start it up right here. So now if I just want to go to visit my web university, mywebuniversity.com, since I'm port forwarding it, and now you can see I'm already using the NAT, the network address translation. It is working pretty fast, and you can see that right now this is all there. So just to understand, you can always go to mywebuniversity.com and then just look at this book that I have for you about Unix, and it has about 8 chapters. You can learn the entire Linux Ubuntu online as well. Everything, you can practice them and everything. So like, for example, the command that we did, the uname here, and that shows the operating system, you can just click in here and then look for the uname. Maybe it's on chapter 2. So let's go on chapter 2. Yeah, uname. And then you can see here, when you run it, the uname command, it will just give you the output. For uname here, I'm just showing you the examples that you can do. Uname -a, it will run it here, and then this is the output here. And whatever version that I have on the operating system there. Since I don't need Firefox, I'm going to close it here, and then that would be done. This one, we can check if it is completed or not by just clicking on the, actually this is a terminal. The software update is this one. And then here it just says what software package that are installed. And then the updates is going on, and then it says, it looks like it is all done. Update all, and then, or maybe it is just still in progress. Let me see. I can do a refresh, checking and then loading, and yeah. So all done, and you can see that it says that up to date. So that is good. We're good to that one. And then if I just do here, say app list word count -L, you can see that the amount of the number of packages that are there, about 78,416 packages. And but if I don't list it, look how fast it is. When it just comes in, the whole list, 78,000 was just in a few seconds, maybe 2 seconds or less, because we have such a powerful machine. So this is good that the system is now available for you. And if you just say minimize this one, notice that I'm running Windows operating system as a host machine, and then the virtual machine that we created on this one, it is the VirtualBox here. And this is saying that it's running. If you click on the show, it will just open the virtual machine. So this is virtual. This is like a guest operating system. This runs only on memory and processor. It does not physically exist as an operating system. But the virtual machine, the VMDK file, it is on a directory here, which I show you. If I just go here in the file manager, and then go to my home directory, let's say under, let me just do it from command line, it's much faster. Although I can see it here, users, and then one heap, and then something like VirtualBox maybe. Yeah, VirtualBox VMs. So this is Linux Ubuntu, and the files are here. These all the files that you can look at it. If I just make this one a little bit bigger and then move this one, you can see that the files that are here are for the VirtualBox, Linux VirtualBox. And then let me just look at it also from command line. So here on this directory, clear screen, and then do a directory, and notice that there's a directory called VirtualBox. So I'm going to move this one up so you can see everything. And then now I'm already on the VirtualBox directory, VirtualBox VMs. And if I just go to Linux, CD to that one, clear screen directory, and then now see that the ISO file was the one that we created. These two configuration files or metadata about the actual VirtualBox file. The virtual disk image is that 100 gig. It's not actually 100 gig, even though we allocated it's dynamically, it's called a VDI, file virtual disk image. So as the file size grow on the root partition, it gets written to the disk. But the actual binaries and libraries and everything that is device drivers of Linux Ubuntu that gets loaded only takes 13 gig there. So that is the detail of it, if you want to know the technical part of it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you are going to subscribe to our main channel, which is my web university free education videos, and I've already posted a lot of videos for you for Python, for C, C++, Linux, Windows PowerShell, everything that you can think of. Even like guides to stop hackers, and then chat GPT and so on. And just make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and then take care of yourself. Bye. Have a good one. You can see that how fast I cut everything at the end. And I wanted to just, before I do that one, I want to thank you for watching, and I really appreciate your time. And this time I'm going to slow down, but next videos I'm going to slow down, because sometimes I want to cover a lot and I just keep talking. Sorry about that. Have a good one. Take care.